As an actor living and working in Scotland, I feel very, very privileged. As an actor, it's great to be able to sort of people watch, and acting's about replicating behaviour of other people and characters, whether real or imaginary. And by carefully watching other people and their actions and their look and the behaviour, you build up a library, and you might see someone and think, oh, I'm going to try that, or how they react to a certain situation, and it's mimicry, I guess. But it's a good way for an actor to actually hone his craft, and you can make up little stories in your head. I mean, when I was on the way here today, there was a little boy going to a football match with his dad, and I was thinking to myself, I wonder if that's the first time he's been to a football game. How excited is he going to be? He looked quite excited. Does his mother know that he's eating these crisps for his lunch? I guess he was a caricature in a way, but you can think of backstories, and it's a very interesting subject, people watching. And there's thousands of them here today, wandering around from all over the world. As an actor, I've filmed all over Scotland. I've recently come back from Skye, the island of Skye, which is an absolute magnificent place to be. And when I arrived there, I got out of my car and I listened, and I couldn't hear anything. It's not like here today where we've got various noises and things, but you could hear a pin drop. It was so quiet. Beautiful scenery, lochs, islands, mountains, fishing, harbours. When you visit somewhere like that, you realise that the guys that live here and have always lived there have spoken Gaelic. Hosan ani id an yelan hosan ad are id I am hosan are id am trianage. So I had to learn some Gaelic for that film. So when we talk about art, we tend to think of beautiful paintings and pictures and masterpieces and things, but you know, any creative process is art. We're creating by actually making this little video at the moment. Is art important going forwards to humanity? Then absolutely yes, because even if you look at a news report, that is a piece of art, that is a creation. There was a big thing here recently about the post office scandal where thousands of people, I believe it was thousands, maybe just hundreds, but a lot of people were accused of stealing money that they didn't steal. And it was a problem with a computer. And somebody went and made a drama about it. And that was put into the public domain. Everybody watched the drama. And as a result, the government took action and people got compensation because of what started off as a creative process. So there's an example of how people can be informed positively through a piece of creative work. So let's keep doing that. Edinburgh's steeped in history, and there's different layers of history, and that's probably the oldest bit that we've got around here, Arthur's Seat. It's a volcanic plug, I believe. It's one of the landmarks here, as well as where we are at the moment, which is Edinburgh Castle. And I always see us as people and as actors as well, sort of passing through a city like this. We're only sort of passengers in time. And the history's there and it develops around us. We sort of get involved at whatever stage we're at. So Edinburgh has been a fantastic creative backdrop for many films and artistic pieces. So yeah, here we are, interesting backdrop. We've got Carlton Hill here in the background with it's called an upside down telescope. Often here see some of these monuments, and Edinburgh's Folly, which is like a sort of a Greek Parthenon structure on Carlton Hill. And here is the old Royal High School, which was mooted as to be possibly the new location for the Edinburgh Parliament, but it was not yet the Scottish Parliament. That's now located at the bottom of Holyrood. And here is the sort of a Cleopatra's Needle type thing there as well on the hill. So a lot of interesting stuff going on there. And really, when you live in a place like this, it's often easy to forget that you've got such interesting scenery around you, stories as well. And art is important to bring that into people's focus, I think, especially if you live in the area, because you might not appreciate what's actually around you. In Edinburgh itself, we've got a lot of small streets and closes and cobbles, and they sort of invoke sort of mystery and history, and maybe a sinister feel to the area. And we've got people like Burckel, the body snatchers, Deacon Brodie, all these people that were criminals back in the day. And literally minutes from where we are with scenes of some of these guys were executed, as well as where they carried out some of their crimes. So you're never that far away from a little slice of history. Another one, so we've got Greyfriars Kirkyard, which is the centre of the story of Greyfriars Bobby, the dog that was loyal to his master even after his master had died. And he became a free dog of the city, I believe. That story has been made into many versions of films and storybooks and children's tales. Right up to the 90s, where we've got movies like Trainspotting. So we've got gritty, sort of street-wise, sort of drug-fueled stories of guys in Edinburgh, and a lot of the city was used for that. Once again, just minutes from where we are was the scene of the chase at the start of the movie, where it started along Princess Street and went into Carlton Road. And actually, the shop that they came out of, I used to work in that shop when I first came to Edinburgh 40 years ago. So when you look around here, you can always associate yourself with a time and place, and you say, well, what did that shop used to be? What was my involvement with that place? The longer you stay somewhere, the more and more you start to call it home, and you start to question what you did maybe years ago in that same spot. The Spider-Man was filmed there in Glasgow, because the streets of Glasgow, funnily enough, I think they were designed by the same architect as helped design New York City. So a lot of the buildings are the similar style. So Glasgow often passes for New York City. So you might live in this beautiful country, and there would be many people here that have never actually seen it. You've got such a lot at your fingertips, and with all this on my doorstep, and I feel very lucky to be able to work. As an actor, I couldn't be anywhere better, I don't think.